That's right. I want you to do everything that you can to knock your toy down. Who is the strongest in class? Jerome, come on up, please. I'm going to give Jerome a prop, and he's going to try to knock it off the table. Ready, Jerome? Okay, children, who can tell me what it means to have resilience? Yes, Paige.
Resilience means if you make the toy fall down, you come back up very, very fast.
Very nice.
So today we have brought it's a topic that is more related to philosophical aspects. It's not a very practical topic. Okay. So that's why I want you to think from the perspective of philosophy. How resilience will be helpful? What are the techniques? So tools and techniques we are giving you today so that you can practice it back at home and learn some kind of resilience. But that willingness, that will, you have to get it from your side. We will do the best which we can today for you. And I would like you to contribute and ask questions post this session. So basically, you have understood resilience term very well. Resilience basically means a bouncing back capacity, right? And it is a process which makes our adversity bit less stressed and distressed, right? We become more flexible to adapt with the adverse situation there, or the problematic situation which I'm going through or facing, right? And it also brings it about some kind of behavioral flexibility in us. So our actions, our behaviors would change with time. The more resilient we are, the more better we will perform in terms of actions. Resilience does not eliminate stress or erase life's difficulties. It will not erase or it will not delete the difficulties which are there in my life, but it will make you or strengthen you to deal with that adverse situation. So if you are resilient, you understand that setbacks and challenges are part of life, and you accept that life is sometimes hard or painful. A lot of times we will have a lot of issues at our home. You can say psychosocial aspects, the social aspects, the biological aspects, financial issues. So these are some things which we all have in our life. How we can deal with it better, this term teaches you that. Resiliency gives you the strength to address problems directly, successfully, and overcome adversity and move on with your life. Clear? Any questions about what is resilience? If you have any questions, you can please open up and ask the questions. If not, then we'll move ahead with the strategies. Can you give me a thumbs up? Oh, great. Okay, so now I'll hand over the mic to Mr. Alvin, who will be talking about the strategies of resilience building.
Hi, good afternoon everyone once again. So I hope you guys got a clear-cut idea from Diksha ma'am what actually resilience means. So once again, I'll just brief. It's like resilience is a capacity to adapt, recover and grow from stressful and adverse situations. So I'm going to deal with strategies to strengthen resilience. So why we need to strengthen our resilience? Why? Anybody? Anybody have any idea? Yeah, to cope with the situation. Anyone else? Please are harming. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of importance for strengthening resilience. So first of all, I'll focus on how to strategies to strengthen the resilience. So we'll move on to our first point. So first one is developing emotional literacy. So basically, when we are saying emotional literacy, it's about understanding different emotions that we are facing facing in different situations. Okay. So when we are saying different situations, it is very easy to understand when we are in a happy mood, when we are thrilled, excited, and all is very easy for us. Okay, we are able to understand. Okay, I'm happy, I'm thrilled. Okay, but I'm excited. That's very easy for us in different situations. But when it comes to difficulty, okay, we are facing some problems. So we are having a difficulty. We are having so many things is going on our life. That time, what is the actual emotion that is going on our head? So I'll give you an example. Okay, most of the time we'll say that I'm stressed. Okay, what is basically stressed? That is emotion behind that stress. When we are saying stress, it can be either you are angry, maybe you're sad, maybe you're hopeless, but we are not mentioning any of that thing. We are just saying that I am stressed, but we are not able to understand the emotion behind that. So emotional literacy basically help us to understand what is the actual emotions that we are going on in our head, and we need to understand. Instead of saying that I'm stressed, instead of saying that I am not feeling happy, okay, if we are properly able to understand the emotions that's going on our mind, it will be very easy to tackle that down. Okay, instead of saying I'm stressed, I can say, okay, I am angry now. Okay, so I'm able to understand that I'm angry now, or I'm able to say that, okay, I'm sad. So we will be able to understand what is exactly going on our mind, and we will be able to tackle it down, or we are able to address it. Okay, we are not the same way we are addressing sadness is not the same we are addressing anger. So the knowledge about the emotions will help us to tackle it down properly and help us and strengthen our resilience in a proper manner. For that, we have some strategies are there. Look, if you are a person who are interested in writing or writing, you can use activities like journaling. So we can write your situations, your day-to-day activities, everything in a book, in a journal. So it will help you to understand the emotional condition. Or maybe nowadays we have a lot of apps are available, so it will help us to like our day-to-day activities, tracking down our day-to-day activities like that, our moods, our strength, everything we can manage, and we can record in all this kind of particular apps. So all these kind of apps will help us to identify what are the different emotions that we are going through and help us to understand it. Next. So this is very important. We can start with what you are good at. Basically, we all are good at something. It's not like we don't have any skills or anything. We are good at something. Only thing that we sometimes we may not properly identify it. So the like identifying skills you are confident, that can be either big or small, and notice what qualities make you good at them. If you are having a particular skill, you may have some qualities also. Like I would like to give an example. Okay, you are a person that is good at gardening. Okay, you have a hobby of gardening, you are good at gardening. So what you are actually doing, you are buying some saplings or a seed or something, you are planting it, you are nurturing, watering, giving fertilizer, you are waiting that plant to grow and let it do a flower or give a fruit. Okay, maybe it's maybe a 3 or 4 or 5 months process is going on. You are patiently waiting for that process to come and see the result. So basically, when you are doing that, when you are having a skill, you have a quality like patience. Okay, you have a patience. Maybe you are a good listener. You have a you may be listening to your neighbor or a family member. You are compassionately listening to them, giving advice and solution to them. So you have a active listening skill, and you have a quality of compassion. So you need to understand. Okay, we basically need to understand what all things we are actually good. Maybe you are good at, like I said, you are compassionate, you are an active listener, you have patience. So we need to understand what are the difficult skills and qualities we possess, and we need to it will help us to strengthen our resilience. So that's our third point. Our second point is going to contribute to our third point. So if you are good at something, if you are good at if you have a good patience, if you are very compassionate, apply that skill to each and every difficult situation that you are facing in your life. Okay, when I said like you are good at gardening, you are showing a patience of 3 or 4 months to get the result of a particular thing. But when it comes to a real life incident, a difficult situation, a problem you are facing, you are not able to being patient. Okay, so understand that it's already in you. Okay, you just need to apply the same thing in a different situation. So understand that I am good at something and apply all the strategies in another situation. So if you are not able to find identify that, you can go and revisit the same activity again. Okay, when in previous, when it's done in my skill, how I done this. Okay, so I have this skill. Okay, I have this quality, so I can use the same thing in my particular situation, and in this problem I can solve in this manner. So basically apply your strength to other situations. So you have a picture here. Okay, what's come first in your mind when you're seeing this picture? Anybody? Broken. Anybody else? Okay, breakthrough. Anybody else? What's come to your mind first when you're seeing this image? Yeah, good one. Whatever happens, we should stand. Standing alone. Think about the difficulties you have overcome. Okay, that road represents that there are so many difficulties we face in our life. This is not the first time. Okay, we came all across many situations and we face so many difficulties. Only thing that we may not remember that. Okay, so reflect on challenge. Like I said, even we have good at something, still on that area also we face difficulty. Okay, I am good at problem solving, still I face a lot of issues in my career. I may take a 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, maybe months to find a solution for one particular question, even in a situation that I am good at. So just find out and reflect that I am already faced so many difficulties in my life. I already tackled it all, everything. Okay, I find out solution for all these problems. Okay, so still, if I done that, I can do the same thing in my future also. If I came to any kind of difficult situation in my life, I can do the same thing again. Basically, identify how you adapted and what strategies helped. Just have a reflection. Okay, what all things I used that time when I was having a difficult time in my past? What all things happened? Just remember, just recollect it, and you can use the same thing in the future in the future endeavors. So it will help you to understand how strong you are and to strengthen your resilience. So this is a quote when I came across internet for this when I was searching for this class. This is a quote I came in my mind. It was one of my favorite. So you can just read that. I'll read it for you. I asked for strength and God gave me difficulties to make me strong. I asked for wisdom and God gave me problems to learn to solve. I asked for prosperity and God gave me a brain and brawn to work. I asked for courage and God gave me dangers to overcome. I asked for love and God gave me people to help. And I asked for favors and God gave me opportunities. I received nothing I wanted. I received everything I needed. That's the point I just explained. Think about the different difficulties that we are faced over our life and how we managed it, how we tackled down. So from itself, we'll be able to understand how strong we are, how good that we at some particular skills or areas. So that itself will understand how resilient we are, and it will help us to strengthen our resilience. So next point, promote connections. We know that human beings are social animal. We won't be able to live in a isolation or solitude. We need somebody along with us. We need a family, we need friends, or we need neighbors to share our emotions, share our happiness, share our situations. So when we are coming to a difficult situation also, not only to share our happiness, when you are facing difficulties also, we need somebody to share that, somebody to hold our hand, somebody to help us. So we need to promote our social connection. We need to encourage our social bonding, peer support and mentorship. When we are having any kind of situation happening, it will be good if somebody is there to advise us, somebody is there to guide us. So basically we need a guidance, we need somebody to support us. So social support is a strong resilient enhancer. If we have a faith that even if something happens, somebody will there to help me, I have a hand to hold, it will help us to go through a particular situation and encourage and come out of all kind of difficult situations. So it's very much important that we need to promote our social connections. So this is another main point. So we are living in 2025, still in a country that believe that seeking a help from a professional or a mental professional is considered as, we will think that, okay, what others will think if I go to a mental health professional. That kind of stigma is still existing. So we need to normalize the health-seeking behavior. It's not, when we have a physical issue, when we have a physical illness, we definitely go to a physician or a general doctor that will help us to in the treatment. We don't have any issue. We don't think that what others will think about me. Is that okay when I meet a doctor? But when it comes to mental health factor, okay, when we are facing a problem, that we are not able to solve by ourselves. Okay. Still, we became a little bit hesitant, or we may not approach a mental health professional for the support. But we need to make it we need to normalize. It's a help seeking behavior is very normal. Okay, reduce stigma around therapy and counseling. If we are approaching a counselor, so there is nothing wrong in that. Okay, for something, if we need something good, we will go to the best person, the best professional in that area. Like that also, when we are not able to find a solution for our problem, we can go to the best person in that area. Then in the field of mental health also, we can do the same thing. So we need to normalize. So reinforce that seeking help is a strength. It is not a weakness. If you are seeking help, that is a strength also. If I am not able to manage by myself, I'll get a help from somebody and I'll solve my problem. It's also part of my nature. It's something that is a strength of me. Okay, so basically we'll normalize this. We need to normalize the help seeking behavior. We'll move on to the next point. I think most of you guys already doing it. So integrate mindfulness and relaxation techniques. So it will help us to manage our difficult situation and to come out of our stressful events. So different type of relaxation techniques, different type of mindfulness, everything we can involve in our day-to-day activities. When we are facing difficult situation, it will help us to relax. So activities like breath work, grounding or meditation, that can be either applied in our home or workspace or school where we are having any kind of difficulties. That will help us to calm down ourselves. It will help us to maintain our mental capacity, functioning or functions properly. So we need to practice all this kind of meditation or mindfulness or relaxation techniques. So we'll move to the next point. Building a coping toolkit. So what is basically a toolkit? Anybody? What is a toolkit? What do you mean by a toolkit? Yeah, different strategies too. Some techniques. See, if you are a professional, basically you will have a toolkit. Okay. If you are a carpenter, you have different kind of tools in your pocket. Okay, there will be what we call maybe saw, a screwdriver, whatever it is. You will have a different kind of tools. According to the profession, they will have a different type of tools. There will be. So to strengthen our resilience, we can also keep so many tools in our pocket. Okay. So these all are different types of tools. The tools can be anything that will help you to come out of your stressful or difficult situation. It can be include any kind of creativity, maybe a physical activity, maybe going to gym or something, or walking, or any kind of physical activity, or problem solving tools, or professional resource like a help of a mental health professional. So these are some of the examples I just put here. It's like earlier I mentioned, like journaling. You can write a notebook with your thoughts, or maybe a calming music playlist. You are a fan of A.R. Rahman. Keeping a playlist of A.R. Rahman will help you. Maybe a Mani Raktam playlist, or a stress ball. Like we all know what is a stress ball. Like a stress ball or a grounding card that will help you for relaxation techniques. Then emergency contacts. Okay, if you have a friend, your neighbor or family, somebody, in case of you are feeling a difficulty, immediately you want to call and contact and get an advice. An emergency contact, 1 or 2 or 3, is maybe act as a tool. And a favorite quote, maybe something you like from your favorite book, maybe from a spiritual book, something, a favorite quote that will help you, and maybe a deep breathtaking techniques like this. Any kind of tools you can keep with you that will help you to come out of all this kind of difficult situation and help you to strengthen the resilience. So use images or metaphors to support perspective shifting. What do you mean by perspective shifting? Perspective shifting. Viewing situation in different angles. When we are saying in a simple terms, viewing situations in different angles. So using images or metaphors will help you to do that. I'll give you an example. Okay, consider that you are at this moment, you are a little bit sad, maybe you are a little bit agitated or irritable, and you are having some situations in your life. But along with your friends, somebody take you to a party or a marriage function, somewhere you went, and there is a DJ party is going on, and currently your mood is sad. Okay, you don't want to attend anything, but while going on, the DJ will be there. He is putting different kind of songs. He is mixing songs. You giving different nice songs. And gradually you are also going along with that. Your mood is changed, you are became happy, you started dancing with your friends. Okay, but what happened actually there? Okay, the DJ just changed the songs. Okay, one after another he put nice songs, and you became sad to happy with the change of a song. Okay, we can see that in all this kind of functions, with the change of one song, the DJ is changing the mood of an entire group. Okay, they are making them highly energetic, making to dance. So the same situation or same tool we can use in our day-to-day life to change our moods and situations. So maybe a quote. Okay, one of the famous quote is there: "This too shall pass." Okay, so when we are having a difficult situation, we are seeing that quote: "This too shall pass." We'll get a little bit relaxation. Okay, this situation is going to over. I am going to come across it. Maybe like that. Maybe a image of your favorite person. You are facing a difficult situation. When you see the image of a favorite person, you feel like, okay, I am living for that person. Okay, I am working for that person. So I am going to deal with this particular situation. So like images or metaphors will help us to change our perspective to view or the situation in a different manner. So viewing the situation in a different angle also itself will help us to identify the problem and will help us to solve it. So it will help us a tool to strengthen our resilience. Next point is take time to plan ahead. When you are facing a difficult situation, when you are facing so many problems in life, so sometimes we'll act very impulsively, okay, all of a sudden without thinking. So it is better to spend 5 or 10 minutes, sit somewhere, just we can ask the same question to ourselves. Okay, what are the issues I am facing currently? What is the issue I am facing? So there will be an answer. Okay, this is the problem I am facing currently. Then what action do I need to take first? Whether I need to take the action immediately or whether I need to wait, whether this problem will over by itself. Okay, whether I need to take any actions. Then which strategies have I used in the past that can help me now? Okay, so this has happened in the past. I had done this already. What strategies I had done? All this kind of question you can ask yourself. Can I look at the situation in a different perspective? When you are looking that the situation is going to change or not. So we can ask all these questions. You will get a number of answers for your problem. Then plan according. Then do the work on that particular situation. So take time to plan ahead. Last but not least, reflect, recognize, and reward. What we need to reflect? Okay, what do you mean by reflect, recognize, and reward? Any idea? Self-appreciation. So first of all, we need to reflect ourselves. Okay, we came across, like I said, this is not my first rodeo. I have done this multiple times. Okay, so reflect that I have done all of this multiple times during this my life. Then recognize it. Okay, when I am doing this, I am using my old skill set. I am able to do that. I am capable to manage all these things. Recognize that I am good at something. I am good at all of this stuff. Then reward. Reward means you need to appreciate yourself. I would like to show you something. I like to show you this watch. I purposefully wear this watch today because I gifted this watch to myself. Okay, when I completed 1 year in Cadabam. This is my first job, and I came across. I worked 1 year. It was not easy. Okay, we need worked so hard. When I completed 1 year, I felt like, okay, I can do this work in this field. I am good at this. So I felt like I need to reward myself. So I bought a watch for myself. This is a self-recognizing. Okay, when I worked 1 year, what all different skills I used? Okay, managing skill, problem solving skill. So I understand that I am good at all of these things. So I want to reward. The same thing. Okay, when we come to us, we are good at many things. We encounter so many situations in life. Maybe we are not properly looking into it. So we need to first understand that we have done all of this thing. Then we need to recognize that, okay, I have done all of this thing. I have the capacity, I have the skill. Then appreciate yourself. When you are saying appreciate, when you are saying reward, it doesn't mean anything big. You need to buy to yourself also. Maybe it is a good food, your favorite food. You are having your favorite food because of that. Maybe you are going for a movie with your favorite one, or maybe spending some time with your favorite one. Anything can be considered as a reward. Reward yourself. So it will strengthen the resilience. Okay, it will help us to understand, okay, I am good at this. Okay, I can come back from any kind of situation. I am already faced all these difficulties. Still, I am standing here. I am sitting in Cadabam. That means I am good at this. So try to reflect, recognize, and reward yourself. So these are the different strategies we can use to strengthen our resilience. Now I would like to hand over the mic to any questions, please? If you have any doubts, you can ask questions regarding any of the strategies. Actually, it's different. It's also available in app stores, and some of them are actually paid also. So when we are searching mood regulation apps, if you search in the Google itself, they'll give the best suggestions. I had 3-4 items, but for the names. But simply you can search in the Google. That will give you the mood regulation apps. You can search. It will give you the list of apps. So you need to open it. You need to create a profile. It will ask you to give your daily routine, how it's happening and all. So you can say in this particular situation, just open it and give you. They will ask what is your current mood and all. So you can just click it, which mode you are going on, what is activity happened, what is your routine. So you just need to search in the Google. The best one will come in the top. All 5 rating will come. You can get it. Okay. Then I'll hand over the mic to Nimda. She will continue the sessions. Thank you.
So thank you, Alpin. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'll be continuing about the importance of resilience. So what is resilience, and the strategies have been already discussed by Dr. Diksha and Mr. Alpin. So why you guys think resilience is important? Anybody can share why resilience is important? To overcome the challenges. Any other opinions? Okay. So why is resilience important? So resilience, we have already discussed that it is the ability to adapt, recover or grow in a face of stress, or identify strategies or support system to come out from the stress or difficulty more effectively. So the first important is resilience strengthens the ability to manage stress and navigate challenges. So stress is something unavoidable now. So we will face stress in our everyday life, every situation, like job stress or any family functioning, any stress. So being resilient can help us to manage this stress. So identify what are the challenges we are facing due to the stress. So it will help us to adapt to the changes, manage stress and overcome the difficulties that keeps arising. So next point is, it helps individual maintain functioning during difficult situation. So when we are facing a difficult situation, we will usually get stuck in the situation. We don't know what to do. Our thought process will not work. So when we are resilient or the individual are resilient, it will help us to deal with the problems more in an effective way, like identifying the problem in a clear way. So it will help us to take effective solution. So the 3 main things are clarity, focus and effectiveness. Clearly identifying the problem and focusing on the problem and finding solution that help us to effectively deal through it. Next, third point is builds inner confidence to face future uncertainties. So it will help us to face the future problems. So I can think like this: I have done this before, or I faced a challenge before, so I will be able to do this again. So if I get stuck into that any situation, just think that I will be able to overcome this challenge again. So it will help us to develop an inner confidence to ourselves and feel motivated that I can do this or I can come out from this again. Next is encourages healthy coping and faster recovery from setback. So individuals who are resilient, they can bounce back from the stressors or bounce back from the challenges more quickly or more easily. So it will help us to develop more coping strategies so that it will help us to come out very effectively through the crisis or a challenge. So resilience and emotional well-being. So emotional well-being means it is a person's understanding about their illness. So the way they think, the way they express their emotion, how they react to stressful situations and all. So that is emotional well-being. So first point is, it reduces emotional distress by improving emotional regulation. So when we are stressed, different emotions keeps coming through our mind. It can be either anger, sadness, irritation, anxiety, anything. So it will help us to identify our emotions, regulate the emotions in a better way. So we will be able to express it more in a understanding way, so that the other people will not mistake, or we can control our impulsivity. Next point is, it helps maintain psychological balance during the conflict or loss. So when we are facing a conflict or a loss or a crisis, we will be able to manage our emotions. So I've already mentioned different types of emotions keep coming to our mind. We don't know how to manage it. So being resilient can understand what are the emotions going through our mind, help us to express in a better way. Next point is, it supports a positive mindset and self-belief. So, as I mentioned, we can develop ourselves a positive mindset, belief in ourselves that I can do this or I can come out from this. So, I faced the challenges before, so I am able to come out from this now also. I am a strong person. So, it will develop positivity or optimism, hope, or a self belief so that I can do this. And then next point is enhances self-awareness by enabling thoughtful responses. So we will be able to clearly understand our emotion. I tend to react this way in such a situation. So I should not be doing it impulsively. So I will be able to regulate the emotions and express according to the situation. So I would like to ask you, when was the last time you faced a difficult situation? Or how you came through it, or what emotions has come through your mind when you were facing the challenge or crisis? So anyone would like to share? So thank you, sir. So he shared one good example for it. So when we divert our mind into something, it will make us more at ease. So anyone else want to share? Yes, we can do walking when we are stressed out. Some people, yes, being a sharing our things with the person. Yes. Okay. So next is resilience improves problem solving and adaptability. So problem solving and adaptability are other two basic skills we need. So it is our basic life skill. So we'll have different problems. We need different types of solution for it. We need to adapt to changes. So I'll move on to that. First is it encourages flexible thinking and creativity in problem solving. So resilience can help us to think from different perspectives, more of a flexible thinking. So it will help us to creatively solve problems, find different solutions so that we can come out through it or solve a problem more easily. Then next, helps individual adapt to unexpected changes. So unexpected changes keep arising, whether it can be a job role or a transition from a family role or anything. So it will help us to prepare for that change or help us to adapt to new changes that keeps arising. Every change can be unexpected. We cannot plan that it is going to change. So resilience can help us to adapt to these new changes. So we will be able to work with the problem or find solutions or tackle this crisis. Next is boost persistence and determination. So when we are stressed, we will feel low. So being persistent, it will help us to boost our motivation, our determination. So resilience can help us to boost our persistence, be motivated even when we are facing a crisis, thinking that I can do it better. Next is promotes learning from failure and better decisions. So failures are considered as lessons so that we can improve what failures we have overcome. So we'll think that last time I faced a failure. What I've done was not good or not correct. So this time I can take it as a lesson and I can overcome it. So I can choose better solutions to do this or take better decisions. Then resilience contribute to stronger relationship and health. So resilience not only functions with emotional well-being, it helps us to function in the family or build our relationships. So first point is it improves communication and conflict management. So communication is another basic skill. We can't live without communication. So in a family or in any workplace or anywhere, we need communication. So resilience can help us to improve our communication. So that conflicts can be managed in a better way. Open communication promotes us to share our ideas, share our opinions with others, developing a more support system so that any problems or issues can be solved quickly. Then strengthens social connections and willingness to seek help. Sometimes seeking help is felt as a difficulty for us. We are facing difficulty to seek help from other person. So believe that seeking help is not a problem. Sometimes we cannot solve all problems alone. We have to ask some help. So that will help us to strengthen more social connection and promote open communication and help us to solve the problems. So we will have a support system to help us deal with these problems. Next, it protects physical health by reducing stress-related issues. So when we are faced with stress, we will have different physical health issues like sweating, palpitation, BP, headache. So it will help us to understand our physical health symptoms. So these symptoms are due to stress, or when I'm facing a challenge, these are the symptoms that comes to me. So it will help us to identify the problem and solve this problem, so that we are not discouraged, or we are not felt low in such different crises. Then prevents burnout and supports long-term well-being. So as a family member or as a caregiver, burnout is something that everyone faces. Dealing with a mentally ill or dealing with any challenged person, it is always a burnout for the caregiver. So resilience can help us to understand that we need to support the person. First, we should be understanding about our emotions, so that it will help us to deal with a challenging person or help us to support the person also. So next, why resilience is important for healthy families function. So as I mentioned, resilience can help us strengthen our family bonds. So when we are doing open communication, sharing our problems or anything, it will help us to get a good family bond. Next, improves open communication and problem solving. So promoting open communication, sharing our ideas or anything can help us to have different solutions for a crisis or a problem, and it will help us to solve that problem in a better way. Next, provide stability for children. If parents are stable, parents are able to deal the distress or emotions, the children will see the parents and learn from them. So it will help the children to understand that my parent is dealing it in a better way. So I should see my parents and I should be doing like that. So it will help the children to be more stable by seeing how the parent behaves in certain situation or crisis. Next, helps family adapt to change. So as I have mentioned, different changes, unexpected changes keeps arising. So it will help the families deal with these changes or adapt to the situations that keeps arising unexpectedly. Then encourages shared meaning and purpose. So family has a shared meaning. It is a group of people, not only an individual. It is the opinions, it is the performance, or it is anything from a group of people. So it always has a shared meaning. So we need to understand that if we are sharing our things, it is a better solution for us. We will get solution from different persons. We will get opinions from them. So we are able to solve our problems. So family is always a group. It is a shared meaning and it has a purpose. Then lastly, it is building a protective environment. So for an individual or for a person or mentally ill client, family is always a protective environment. That is what helps them to keep going. So building resilience can ensure that families are able to understand about the client. So it will be a protective environment for the client. So next, resilience helps us to tolerate the pain and bring acceptance of our situation. So resilience can help us to understand the pain, understand the challenges, and accept that this situation also will, we can able to solve this situation also. So it will help us to understand the acceptance. So it will help us to reduce our emotional distress. So in summary, resilience is essential because it supports the emotional stability and mental health of the person, then helps individuals manage the stress and bounce back from their crisis or any challenges. Then it strengthens the family's cooperation, communication, and develop emotional support in the family. Then it promotes adaptive functioning during, even when the family or anyone is faced during a major crisis or a challenges. So I would like to share you a case study that shows why resilience is important. So the study is on resilience in family members of patients diagnosed with mental illness, an exploratory study, cross-sectional study by Srilata and Sumana. So the study found that about 70% of the family members had low resilience. Families with lower socioeconomic status and lower education level showed significantly lower resilience. The authors conclude that caring for a mentally ill relative can negatively impact caregivers' resilience, and they suggest that mental health professionals should help by creating support groups to strengthen the resilience among such families. So the study shows how resilience affect and what is the role of a mental health professional or what is the role of a support group to educate the families, why it helps in improving our resilience. So any questions from your side?
No.
So thank you all. I'll be sharing the mic to Alvin. So he'll be doing this worksheet.
I hope you guys got a clear idea about the importance. So this is a worksheet. So we already gave a handout to you guys. I hope everybody have a handout with you. So you can write it on the behind of that sheet. So our Basil will give you the pens. If you don't have pens, they will give you. So basically you need to concentrate on from this class. I hope you guys able to identify that the supports. You need to think about a particular difficult situation that you are faced before in your past, and you can write what are the different supports that you had when you are facing that situation, that supports that keep you upright. Then the second category, strategies in that particular situation or in your current life. What are the different strategies that keep you moving? That is the second segment. And third one is sagacity, means that gives you comfort and hope. Something that gives you comfort and hope. And last one, solution seeking. Behaviors you can show for solution seeking. So you can separate this into 4 categories. Like this one, first one is support that you keep you upright. That different kind of support system that you keep you upright. Second one, strategies that keep you moving. Different strategies that use to keep you moving. Third one, sagacity that gives you comfort and hope. Fourth one, solution seeking. Different kind of behaviors you can show to solve the solution. So you can just think about it, a difficult situation or different situation you had in your past or currently you're having, and how you manage all of this situation. You can separate into 4 segments and you can write.
Hello. So we have these 4 pointers here written on the screen. First one is supports that keeps you upright. Those support systems which help you to stand whether whatever difficult situations are there in your life. So those people or maybe those kind of aspects of your life, maybe your own strength or your own will, which helps you to cope up with that situation. The second point is strategies that keep you moving. So what are some of those strategies which helps you to work against that force which is, making you or pulling you down? So maybe some strategies would be something like talking with your loved ones. Sagacity means that gives you comfort and hope. So maybe a mother's lap, okay? Maybe going to your very close childhood friend who will give you comfort and with whom you feel very comfortable. Okay, then solution seeking would be something like behaviors you can show. So those kind of behaviors which you can actually do and that will give you benefit. So we hope if you can fill it, we'll share it and it can be a sort of learning and you have learned one skill here. So I feel you have crossed one step of resilience here. And then we'll discuss what all responses you've written. So they have mentioned in the supports part, friend, work and parents are the things which keep them upright. And in family, specifically the daughter. Strategies, exercise and focus on health. That Reiki and talk to my family. So those are some of the aspects or strategies which helps them to cope up with the adverse situations. Capacity, child, son's strength to come back into normal social circle. So this is their capacity, which they have mentioned in the sheet. Solution seeking, therapy, patience, confidence, hoping son's recovery. Thank you, ma'am, for the responses.